Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Ramen Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
I've pumped out some knuckle children to her before, so I think I could sit through a podcast or two.
Yeah, I've been there. That's what the South is like, man.
Hey,
I'm the Brock Lesnar of this podcast, so I only have 3 dates a year.
hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Jobber Radio. I'm Bomber, aka Jake. That's the opposite of how I normally do. I'm throwing you guys off today because we got a lot to fucking talk about, especially Jinder fucking Mahal. But anyway, Sorry, I'm already getting ahead of myself.
Hold it for the show.
Yes. Sorry, I'm a little on edge here. But anyway, first of all, before we get into it, you need to check us out on Twitter at Jobber Radio. We live tweet shows. We do all kinds of stuff. We have a prediction league on our website that you need to check out, jobberradio.com. We have all our videos on there as well. And let's get to the cast. As I already said, I'm Jake, a.k.a. Bomber. Said it right that time. Matt Zion, how you doing? Where can we find all your stuff?
That doesn't matter. I'm the most popular out of all of you anyway, so they already know. But we are currently, just to be said, we're currently also live streaming this on Twitch. I think we're going to do this as a permanent thing, as long as enough people seem to like it. So if you catch it live, there's no rhyme or reason to it, but you catch it live, you can join in and listen to it, while we're going.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
And hail Satan.
Hail Satan. There it is. All right. Speaking of Satan, Rab is here. Rab, where can we find all of your content?
Well, maybe next time, Rami will let me put my penis on the live switch.
Oh, okay.
And that will be my content.
I don't know what the live switch is, but I'm down with it.
I look, I'm an old person, and on this internet and the thing, I've never seen this before. I think someone just gave us some triangles.
They did.
Someone just gave us some triangles.
God, you're so old. You are such an old man. It's ridiculous.
Yes. It's pretty bad. But anyway, you're done.
I'm a homeowner and a professional.
Your time's done. We're going over to the we're going over to Scott. Scott, what's going on? How can we find all your stuff, my friend?
You can find my stuff at guiltypleasurecinema.com. That's my movie reviews. Movie reviews is how you say those words properly. Also, youtube.com/CyclopsScott, and I'm all over on Reckless Eating as well and the gaming stuff Matt does. There was a video that went up today, hey, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's all good. Also, Jinder Mahal's the champion, so that's a thing that happened.
God damn it!
Don't hinder him.
And Lee, what's going on, man? Where can we find all your stuff?
First off, shout out to all the marks on the Twitch stream.
Oh my God.
Love you. Okay, and you can find me at tmbdos.podbean.com if you want to listen to my podcast about movies. There you go.
All right, guys.
Both Canadians have a movie thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are one and the same. God.
That was one of the reasons why I invited him to do this, because I knew he had podcast experience and I knew he liked wrestling.
Yep. And one day...
I knew they both did things. I didn't realize they were both movies. I didn't capture that until right now.
That's all we got.
Yep.
It's all right. I've got a face for radio and a voice for silent movies. It's good.
I like it. Cool. Well, here we go, guys. We got to talk about it. Backlash just wrapped up this past Sunday. Fuck it. Let's just do it. Jinder Mahal is the new WWE champion. Now, believe it or not, we got a split room kind of here because Matt Zion, for some fucking reason, is happy about it. First, go. Tell us why the fuck.
I can't believe he's happy about this.
I know.
He's happy for one thing.
I know why he's happy.
Yeah, you hate everything in wrestling. Now that Jinder Mahal is a champion, you're fucking happy. What's wrong?
I know why. Matt, you'll say this. I know what you're gonna say.
I hate Orton as a babyface, and I hate Orton as a babyface champion. There couldn't be a worse possible person for them to have the title on than Randy Orton as a babyface, like John Cena light person. So even though Jinder may have been a bad pick, and he was, I get the business side behind it. It's not like a guaranteed thing, but They really want to break open India as a big source of income. So they're going to push Jinder for a couple of months. Once SummerSlam comes around, Cena's going to crush the shit out of him, and he'll win his title to make him, like the beyond Ric Flair. I guarantee it. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. But Orton's just not champion, and I think Orton as champion was dog shit, absolute dog shit. And the fact that we went from destroying all credibility Bray Wyatt had to give the belt to Randy Orton, to give the belt to Jinder Mahal, shows how they don't know anything. they don't know anything as a company. So I've accepted the fact that they're fucking awful and they don't have a clue. And I'm just along for the ride. Like, when he won the belt, I didn't see it live. I was out. We were filming during that time. So I heard he won, and I was like, I wasn't mad about it. I was just like, well, let me see how they did it. They did it probably the best way you can imagine. I could not have asked for a better way for Jinder to beat Randy. Randy almost murdered two tiny little midgets. His face after he landed the dude on his neck on the announce table was hilarious.
Yep.
I mean, like, then they did it right. Like, Jinder, I thought Jinder was going to roll him up, which I wouldn't have wanted. I'm like, if Jinder is going to beat Randy, he should beat him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. And he did. And then the celebration they did on Tuesday was great. I thought Jinder came off like a star. Basically, Jinder comes off like a JBL. Like, when they turned JBL from a tag team guy into this money-making asshole from Texas, I mean, I didn't like it very much, but at least it legitimized JBL and it gave them another main event guy. That the thing is with Jinder is, like with JBL, is you know that anybody can beat him at any time, and that could make the title situation interesting, because with Orton, I just didn't give a fuck because I fucking hate Randy Orton as a babyface champion. So I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to give it a shot. They booked it completely wrong. Jinder should have been winning miscellaneous matches for the last 6 months to get him at least built up to challenge for the title, but they didn't do that because they never do. They never think about anything in the long term. So fuck it. You know what? Like I said, at the end of the day, fuck Randy Orton as a babyface champion.
No.
Jinder Mahal, all hail Jinder. I'm doing the Nazi salute right now.
Wow.
This is for you, Jinder. I'm in. I'm in right now. Let's do this.
Before we move on to the other side of the table, does anybody feel the same way? Does anybody in support of Jinder Mahal as the champion in this room right now with us?
I am.
Really? Okay. Why? Same reasons or what?
Was that both of them saying that?
Yeah.
No, I think it was.
Oh my god.
You go first. You go first.
Oh my god.
Okay. For everything Matt just said, fuck Randy Orton. He's the most boring, bland, fucking babyface they could possibly have. He's absolute garbage. He only works as a heel, and even then his heel credibility was totally destroyed by Triple H and Stephanie years and years ago. And he's just that guy who's just there. But when he's a babyface, he's that guy who's just there who really sucks and pisses me off, so I don't want to fucking see him in the title picture. Now, as far as fucking Jinder Mahal goes, yes, they rushed him. Really, really badly rushed him. But as far as WWE rush jobs go, they're doing a pretty good job with him so far. He's unfortunately kind of one-dimensional in the ring right now. Like, he doesn't really have a move set outside of that Cobra clutch slam that he does. But, you know, if they actually give him some time, he can actually build on it. It seems like he's at least trying really hard to try to get himself over.
His promos are great. His promos are really fucking... It reminds me of like a Hulk Hogan era bad guy, where it's over the top, but it's not too over the top. I really enjoy his promos.
Now, I call kind of bullshit on that. Some of his promos are okay, but like at Backlash, when he came out and got out of a limo and cut a promo.
I loved it.
I don't remember the exact word he said, but he just said, "You know what? I am gonna be good," or so, I don't remember. I got to go back and watch it, but it was a fucking horrible line. It was like, no, it was.
No,
it was
he
horrible.
didn't come up with it though. They wrote it for him. That's not his fault. I thought he delivered what they gave him though perfectly.
Honestly, I don't think he delivered. I think he's super wooden. I don't find his promos good at all. I mean, I don't find them awful. I find them boring. They mean nothing to me.
Okay,
No, it's 'cause
Scott.
he means nothing to you though, so it's hard for you to get invested in him.
Let's go to Scott.
I disagree. I think he's just not good at delivering them.
All I gotta say is it's something different, and let's see where they go with it.
Okay.
As much as saying give the WWE a chance just kind of usually backfires and bites you right in the ass. Hey, let's do it. Anything better than Orton right now.
Wow.
So
Yes.
fuck it.
Wow, you're pretty desperate. Okay, let's go, Scott. Why do you think it was a good thing?
Well, there's a lot of similarity there too. To go a little more detailed into the title itself, we went from just this year alone, AJ killing it with Cena's awesome 16th at the Rumble, and then over to Bray in these awesome moments, and then Orton comes along and it all goes to dog shit. And Jinder has salvaged it in its own way. Now, granted, going from dog shit up is not hard, so I'm not exactly amazing praise, I know, but it's not Orton, and I know that's a huge thing here, but he literally made this the worst the title's been in a while. So putting it on Jinder is good. It's a lot like JBL in that sense, and yeah, it was a rush job, and they could have really pushed this somehow.
How are you guys saying this is like JBL? Because he got pushed out of nowhere?
The character.
Yeah,
no,
he got pushed out of nowhere, and then he won the belt.
I've heard that a lot.
I remember.
I've heard that a lot, but I really disagree with that. And I mean, I remember as well when JBL was put in, people were kind of making the same, arguments. Why? What the hell? Why JBL? JBL's not at this level. But I mean, JBL was a good hand for a long time, as well as tag team champion,
Yes.
European champion, hardcore champion before he got here. This is Jinder's first belt.
Yeah.
I mean,
First
I
win.
get what people are getting at, but I think that's a little bit of a disservice to JBL.
What did he do of value though? JBL never did anything that
He was in the
mattered.
APA.
He just
The APA was huge.
so what?
JBL was fun.
So what?
A lot of fun.
What do you mean, so what? The APA was huge. The APA was
Yeah,
a
but
big
what
part.
did he do by himself? Nothing.
What
Absolutely
did Jinder do
nothing
by
of
himself
value.
with other people at any point with anything? It's not the same thing.
It's true.
I
Name
understand the connection, but it's not the same thing.
I think it is the same because name a single good JBL singles match before they changed him into the Rich Texan. By himself, name one.
I'm not saying that there were great JBL singles matches, but I'm saying that having him the tag team matches doesn't count for nothing.
But you
I mean,
gotta look at
it's
this way
ridiculous to say
too, though.
Here's-
He went from a babyface tag team that was over to a heel turn that nobody wanted, and he got it over. So
I agree.
So he basically
But-
there was no benefit from him being in that tag
It's
team.
not, because we have proof of JBL before this as a good hand, as someone who could hold the title, and someone who was a champion.
Yeah, what
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, what Rab's trying to say and what I agree with is that Bradshaw was established. Everyone knew who he was. Everyone knew he could actually go in the ring. Everybody knew he could actually win a match.
Oh, I didn't think he could go at
However,
all. I completely disagree with that. He was never good in the ring. He just had a really awesome clothesline. That's all he was.
He was a great brawler. He was a good brawler.
He was a good brawling wrestler.
I
Yeah.
completely disagree.
Ron Simmons
I don't
was the
think he was good
worker
at
in
all.
that team.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Ron
Simmons was clearly the better in the team.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Bradshaw was a good brawling wrestler. I mean,
Had clothesline. The end. He didn't have anything else.
no,
about
that's not true at all. That's not true at all.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
just
jump
have to
back in
disagree.
here
We'll
to
go
get
and
my
disagree.
thing back.
Yeah,
here.
sorry to sabotage you there, Scott. What you got?
Because that actually does play into what I was going to say. I remember when JBL started the feud with Eddie, and people were like, "Don't worry, there's no chance in hell he's even getting near that belt," and he won it. It mirrors in that sense. However, JBL was a 3-time tag champion. He was a Euro champion, the hardcore champion. He was at least established as a guy who wins things. Whether or not he was popular or good or whatever from there, he at least was quote-unquote credible in the audience's eyes. Jinder was literally in 8-man comedy tag matches and nothing. And then suddenly shows up and is, oh, he's a real deal. Yeah, sure, whatever. We've heard that before. Oh, he won? Oh, he's contender? Oh. That's how out of nowhere it was. And yeah, they could have built it better. But like JBL, who ran with it when he finally got the opportunity, I like the idea that we have Jinder here on his first shot, first opportunity, seized it and won it, which plays in the idea of, I've told you so, I could have done this all along, and they can retroactively work that in. Not saying they will, but maybe he will. So that I like Jinder in this spot. I like that he's here, and it's going to maybe work, maybe not, but it's still better than Orton. And
the other thing with Jinder, he's a symptom of the fact that their mid card is fucking decimated right now, where nobody is over and nobody is considered, legit. Like they're all just start and stop fucking.
I mean, I don't think it has. I really don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it really has everything to do with India.
That too.
Like Ron said, I mean, it's not because they couldn't find anyone else, because they decided now's the time to go for India.
To throw something else out there, I know, Matt, we've talked about this before, but how I always felt that Ryback could have been world champion because he looked at it was going there. He could have got it against Punk. He could have got it against Cena. What damaged him, though, and this was his whole contract negotiation, whether or not he is right or wrong, was that he couldn't get it done as a good guy or a bad guy. So the audience was like, well, why him? And then they try to salvage him, but it's like, no, he can't win. He doesn't do it.
He was one of their top selling merch guys. At one point, he was like number 3. Like when they gave him that initial push.
Yeah. So when you look at guys like Swagger, who got the belt, who was like, why him? Or contendership, and guys like that. Ryback, I feel, would have been a fine world champion. He was credible enough up to that point to have it. Is he good in the ring? Well, that's a different story. But he was there. Yeah. Jinder literally, with the belt, suddenly is trying to be positioned as that. Yeah. And they didn't do anything beforehand to make it be that.
If it had been anybody but Orton, I'd agree with you. But it's Orton, so fuck it. Give it to anyone.
When you look at the history of the last couple years with Ambrose and Reigns and Rollins and Lesnar and Cena and Bryan, it's honestly, the belt has been cool since Bryan won it off Orton. And then it went to shit when it came back to Orton. I joked about that. Now we can resume our storyline from 2013 that they've been wanting to get back to ever since Bryan came along.
I think AJ Styles did a great job as champion.
No, that's what he's saying. He's saying basically.
I thought you got to listen to me when I say that.
No, I just don't totally agree with that. But he's saying they've done a good job basically since Orton lost in the first place.
Yeah. It's been good all the way through. And AJ especially. AJ was great. All the Shield guys were fun. That was all good. Bray got his moment. And then like a month later.
So you're saying since WrestleMania?
I'm saying it was great since Bryan came into the picture, and then it went south when Orton came back into it. Because that Mania match, everybody knows, was shit. And then they didn't even have it be a title match for the rematch. He also lost, by the way, which, I'm sorry, but why isn't Bray Wyatt #1 contender for having beaten the WWE champion? He should automatically be a contender. Yeah, he beat the other branch champion. You're #1 contender. Here you go.
I know.
Yeah,
it's obviously that whole thing was fucked.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing with that title, and that's, I mean, you can't blame Orton for that part, but he's not carried it well. This is your sorry for Lesnar elbowing you in the head. However, you've stunk it up so bad, Jinder's beating you. We're going
right. I want to make a fun
reward and punishment.
A fun fact here, though. Orton has lost the title to Jinder, Mark Henry, and The Miz.
Oh, my God.
That's insane. That's insane.
Hey, you can't fault him for that. I mean, he lost.
He's willing to do it, but like they tend to think Orton's the guy that can drop it to people who have no business having a title. So.
Orton is the guy who can drop it to people who have no business.
Because he's never going to lose being over.
Jinder Mahal, if they're ever doing some crazy thing where they're promoting him, yeah, he beat Randy Orton, who, as much as we hate him, Matt, he's a big star, and that's a big feather in Jinder's cap.
I mean, I don't think anyone on this... Does anyone on this podcast like Randy Orton?
I like him. I like him as he's working. His work's good, but whenever he's the main focus of the show and he's not a heel, he's terrible. Like I can't name a single run as a babyface champion. He's had a couple that were... I can't name anything. Nothing.
I mean, I can't remember anything since Legend Killer that I enjoy Randy Orton.
No, him and Triple H had a great feud when he was a face then. Yeah. I mean, since then, nothing as a face really. He's a great heel. He's not a good face. I think
like
that's
his feud
obvious.
With Christian. I like.
I don't even.
But that was more Christian.
That was all right, but that was mostly Christian.
But that was more Christian, and that's my point always with Orton.
Yeah.
I've said this many times over. Orton isn't really the draw of it always. He can complement it, but he's never the part you remember. That was a cool Christian match, cool Christian feud. I always remember the other with Orton. Same with Triple H personally, but
I was going to say
he learned from him. So there you go. But to go back on all this, Matt and I we're fans of Jinder being this because it's not Orton, but also I'm looking forward to see what they do with Jinder because we're in new territory here. Yeah. What's next? Oh yeah, a rematch with Orton.
All right, so we heard the positive sides of the things. Rab, what do you have to say about this thing?
I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Honestly, it just makes me even more bored with what's happening. And it might be one of those every time I give them an inch, they take a mile, and they just ruin everything. Mm-hmm. So I've lost all confidence in them doing anything, any kind of fun. And that might be why I see this. I'm like, this looks stupid. In some instances, I'll go, this looks stupid, but let's see where it goes. In this case, I think this looks stupid, so it's going to be stupid. Mm-hmm. That might be a big part of it. Honestly, it's just because it's India. Is it really that shocking that, what was it, in March, Impact said they were finally going to start doing some shows in India, and then all of a sudden we have an Indian champion because they don't want to get cut out of India.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what this is about. So I mean, I have no faith in them doing anything fun with it. I mean, as it's been said on the podcast many times, I don't like Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton has the charisma of a cardboard cutout of Randy Orton. But why are you guys laughing at I say that joke every time.
I've never heard that before or paid attention to you.
Or paid attention to me, exactly.
Oh, I forgot about it. By the way, Jinder's from Canada.
Yes,
he is. He's Canadian.
He's
He's from Calgary.
Look, it doesn't
The
matter.
second Calgarian champion after Brett.
Oh wow!
No,
You guys got a great
cares?
fucking list going there. That's
interesting.
That's a good one.
I wanted to make one point, by the way.
Same level.
They made this apparently, like Meltzer was going on about this. They made this decision not based off of any shows or a tour in India or any of that stuff. This was solely made because they're trying to boost their WWE Network numbers in India. That just to be clear.
Wow.
That's what they want. Because they have like 3 dates coming up in the near future, but they just want to try to get that sweet WWE Network India money.
Well, exactly, and
sell it
that's why I think it's connected to the fact that Impact's starting to try to go ahead and do shows in India. I mean, they're leading
taping
to their
Impact there at the end of the
Slammiversaries in India. So they don't want to get cut out of India. They don't want to end up being the second, you know. I mean, if Impact can be the first promotion in India, that's good enough to run a company, you know?
The problem is no one's made money there, period, though. Like, it's not even like the NFL. No, like, movies haven't really broken any ground. So no forms of entertainment have breached through that wall that they've built up there. So this is a fairly big risk because it probably won't pay off. It's kind of like when Shane left WWE for a long time and tried to do that pay-per-view service in Japan. It was a nightmare. It absolutely bombed, and that's why it's an interesting play for them to push a dude who was literally a jobber. I mean, won 2 matches since he came back a year and a half ago.
I mean, it was part of the feud with Orton. It's not like they even hit it. They mentioned it. Like, to be champion, you actually have to win matches.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I think they're handling it well, though. I mean, they're essentially telling us, yeah, we know he's a jobber, but he won, so that's why they're open about it. They're not trying to like pretend that this guy was all of a sudden like, oh, Jinder was forced to be wrecked. No, they're like, oh yeah, no, he was definitely a jobber and he just happened to win.
Oh yeah, all the social media stuff was all like the shocking win, the amazing win. No one saw it coming.
Yeah.
So they're capitalizing people laughing when he won. So like they were brutally honest about what was going on with this. So like that's why I like it. They're not lying to us.
No.
It's not like when Triple H and Undertaker started another WrestleMania feud and they were like, oh, forget the fact that they've already had a WrestleMania match. They are being completely open with the fact that Jinder is a basic nobody, but he's telling you, I'm going to be a somebody now that I've won this belt. And that's what I like about it.
That's cool. I like that. That makes it feel like anybody can win.
We've only had one real segment of him as champion. Yeah. So, I mean, let's pull back on I like what they are doing.
I like what they're doing, though. I'm not pulling back. I've seen
nobody interrupted that promo bit. Orton could have come out there and like Lesnar mariachi'd it back in the day. He just did it and he walked out. No one interrupted, and it was him. Anybody could have done it. I like that it's the case of anybody can beat anybody. That's supposed to be how it is. Yeah, you got the monsters like a Lesnar where you don't cross him.
No.
I like the idea that wrestler can beat that wrestler. Otherwise, why are they there? And like Goldust should be going after titles, not just I'm here too.
Yeah.
They should all have the aspiration, and that's silly enough. I like that back about WCW back in the 90s and that because everyone always talked about it. Yeah, they didn't always go for it, but they were always mentioning I want it because that's the whole idea of the entire goddamn thing. So for Jinder to be like I want this and achieve it is good. Anybody could do it.
Now
that's just like Cena's U.S. title run. His title run for the United States title, like Open Invitational thing, was so much fun because you saw everybody wanted that belt. And that's what I feel like Jinder's going to bring to the table is that anybody at any moment can beat him. And I actually think if Cena doesn't beat him at SummerSlam, whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to beat him. Which I think they're going to do it. I really, really think that they're going to give Nakamura Money in the Bank.
Yes.
I think they know that he's older. He's older than most people they've signed. His body already is a little broken down compared to a lot of people they've signed as well. I think they know that they have to go with him quick, and they have to get what they can out of him now.
Nope.
You know why I agree with that? Because Nakamura and Mahal is an international kind of match, and they can sell that around the world a little more.
No, I disagree.
Yeah, It's true though. They're trying to get more into Japan and they're trying to get into India. You've got to. What Meltzer was talking about is that you have to realize that right now they don't care about us, the United States. They feel like they have us, even though their ratings have gone down. Their network is doing great, so they feel like they have us. Now they're going to start focusing on regions around the world that they don't have because they want to take over as much globally as they possibly can. And having a Japanese, one of the most popular Japanese wrestlers of all time versus, Jinder Mahal, but still representing India, I think that they feel that can bring in a lot of revenue that they don't have, and their mindset has rotated from United States to the world.
That's part of why they signed him. Like, we all know that from when they signed Nakamura. Mm-hmm. They signed him because they want Japan, and
they just signed two more women's wrestlers from Japan as well. So they're all about this. They're all in essentially.
And you're right about the whole international market thing. I mean, Lee, with movies, you know this too. The international market is bigger than the domestic market. Like, Warcraft made $20 million in the States. That's nice. It made $100 over here in the weekend in China. Like, the international numbers are different. They're going for those markets. Look at all the big movies.
That's what keeps the Transformer movies going too.
Yeah. Well, that's who funds them. You look at the opening credits for things like Triple X, Fate of the Furious, Transformers, all these big movies now. You see the opening logos. You got your Warner, your Paramount, your 10 film company. Who's that? Yeah, a Chinese company. And then another one. They're all the same companies. This 1 or 2 Chinese film companies are funding them because they know when they import them over, they'll get the money back.
Plus, it makes sense.
Going, look at all that money out there. We want all that money too. So they're going after it. And
comedy doesn't translate, but you don't got to translate an explosion.
Exactly.
So that's true. Yeah.
Right. And neither do you don't have to translate violence either. So you just get a couple guys going after a title. That sells. Especially when that guy's from here.
Didn't Japan help make the new Fast and the Furious film like the top grossing film of all time?
Yeah, China.
Isn't that's insane? That movie has no business being the top grossing of all time, and it is.
No, those movies are awesome.
No, they're fun.
I knew you'd like them.
The most recent one made like 90-something million here. It made 190 in China. Like that doesn't compare. It doesn't compare, and they want that money. Doesn't mean they're going to get it, but they're going to try.
Nakamura is my pick for Money in the Bank. I think they're going to pull the trigger on him.
Absolutely going to win it.
Before 100%. We do this now, I wouldn't say 100%, but anyway,
I'll bet 8 on the thing. I'll bet all my points on it.
I'll bet 8 on Nakamura
right
well.
now.
Okay,
we're going to bet all our points on Nakamura winning it for the promotional pick. We'll put that in.
Good luck.
I mean, I've got 8 on Nakamura too.
I'm undefeated. The streak is alive.
Yes.
Bring it.
Now, listen. First of all, look at the. I may just be a title snob. I don't know. That might be what it is. But look at just look at the WWE right now. You got Brock Lesnar, who hasn't showed up, who isn't shown up.
No, you don't.
And then
you don't have Brock at all. He's not around.
And then you have Jinder Mahal. Those are your top 2 title holders in the WWE right now. You got Brock, who just no shows, and you got Jinder motherfucking Mahal, who I'm sorry, I know you're like, oh, it's something new. That is cool. I do like how it's something new, but God damn, I really don't have a problem with Jinder Mahal as a whole, but as champion right now after winning like his 10th match in the past like 10 years, fuck off, man. I don't even care. I don't care how terrible I sound. This is fucking dog shit to me.
So is Randy Orton.
No, I would rather have Randy Orton, a very credible wrestler. A very credible wrestler, a great history.
Not watching because of him. I stopped watching SmackDown because I have no interest in Randy Orton as champion. Now
I've stopped watching SmackDown because of Jinder.
And that's fair. And that's kind of.
I haven't watched any SmackDown since Jinder.
I haven't watched SmackDown because fucking.
So I mean, it is one. It's not a sample size, but
still, the streak is alive. History's been made.
Now,
but you're right. I'm a title snob too. I get it,
but no, this guy's held the same title as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, and Ultimate Warrior and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah,
and other people that you might not be able to
prop. It's a prop, and it hasn't meant anything in a long time anyway. And when you look at how they treated it by having AJ started bringing credibility back to that belt. All right,
sure
and then
did.
They immediately had Cena beat him for no fucking reason. Then they had Bray beat him for no fucking reason. Then they had Orton beat him real quick for no fucking reason. And then they gave it to Jinder for a weird business decision.
Oh, yeah,
but like that business meant nothing because they just fucking throw it around like it means absolutely dog shit, because they don't give people long title runs unless they're Brock Lesnar, who won't even show up. I saw a picture that made me laugh. It was comparing the two brands champions, and one picture was Jinder Mahal with the belt, and it said Jobber, and then the other picture was Raw champion, and it had a carton of milk that said missing.
There you go.
So,
That's exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean.
Means,
Perfect.
Means nothing.
I don't know,
If I had it my way, either AJ or Bray would be the SmackDown champion, and fuck it, just give it to goddamn Reigns over on Raw, because at least Reigns evokes a response from the crowd, and it's not like Lesnar is just terrible. Lesnar should never been fucking near that title again, and now we're gonna have to do the thing where, oh, some pay-per-views are to see who fights him. Oh, fuck off already. Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
I hate it.
I hate that. We've had 2 Raw pay-per-views. We had Payback, and now we're going to have Extreme Rules. Neither with the champion. Remember 30 days, Naomi can't defend it. Yeah, Brock just won't. That's fine. He's Brock. No. I know you hate the inconsistency too there, Bomber. I know you hate that. Like
I hate fucking Jinder way more. Trust me.
Well, okay, so with Jinder, with this, like, I get that you hate it. I completely understand that. They did it the worst possible way. If he'd been built up
Exactly.
with a
I would
good
have
run
no
in the
problem.
Rumble,
I would
and
have
here
no
and here and
problem.
there. So, but we're not in that point, because you know how they are, and I agree. It was shit. It was bad how they did it, but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
we
it.
have that.
Yeah,
So
here we
would you
are.
have been
Yeah,
happy
and it sucks.
if I know it's devalued. I know you're saying all this stuff. I mean, he's the 50th guy to hold it.
Oh, don't
That's the
even
thing,
say
too.
that.
Like,
Don't even fucking give me a number
he
like
is.
that. Oh my god.
no, he is. Oh no, they were promoting it that way.
50th
He's
reign.
the 50th. No, not the 50th reign, like 140th or something. He's the
50th
50th different guy
person.
to hold
Okay.
that.
That's
The
fucking
50th
horrible.
person. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now-
This is my opinion. He
I
is
love title history.
at the end of his run. I guarantee you, we're gonna look back on this. I know you guys are happy right now. I guarantee you, we're gonna look back on this. You can even hold me to this. This is gonna be another fucking Great Khali, Rey Mysterio. Fuck, if you want to even go Jack
Stop
Swagger.
playing Rey Mysterio, a surefire Hall of Famer, one of the
No.
most popular wrestlers in the last 20 years.
I'm talking.
God, I hate it when you do that.
I'm talking about his title run.
3-time world
No,
champion.
he's talking about when he won it and then he lost it the
Yes,
same
but
night.
he also compares it to people who shouldn't hold anything.
I'm
He does that on purpose. He does that on.
I'm
He doesn't
comparing
like
it
Rey
to
Mysterio
people
or
that
Daniel Bryan.
I'm comparing it to people that aren't credible fucking champions. And
He was a
goddamn,
credible champion.
no,
I disagree
Rey
with that.
Mysterio.
No,
sorry.
okay, but look at
one
it.
of his three. One of his three. He
Look
was
at it from this in this light, though. Okay, I agree with you. I don't. Think
By the way,
that
didn't he beat
we-
Randy Orton as well
who?
at WrestleMania? Rey Mysterio. Pretty sure he won a triple threat. match.
Yeah, he
he
pinned.
won the
I
triple
think
threat
he
over
pinned
Angle.
Yeah,
Randy.
God-
But
goddamn.
look at it from this standpoint.
Randy
So
Orton.
they want Jinder to be a big deal, and they had to do it quick. So I understand why. Like, this kind of came out of left field, and they just did it. But think about it this way: yeah, his title run is probably going to look back on it, and it's not going to be great by any means. But they do have another credible, at the very least, middle card guy now. Instead of a jobber, a lower card guy, he at least could be a middle card guy from here on out for the SmackDown brand after he loses the belt. So I think that there's more positives than negatives.
I have something that.
That's what I was saying
How
about
this?
Ryback, because they pooched it with Ryback. He never got there until way too late. They've done it with him. It could work. I'm not comparing him to The Miz, but it's very Miz-like in that he's always going to be, well, he won the world title for a while. He beat Orton for it. You can't take that away. And at least Jinder looks like he's happy to be there and have it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
and
saying
it
that
really
Jinder's
He
not
cares
trying.
more than a lot of guys.
I'm
And
not
AJ
saying
was
that.
fucking happy. This guy, he makes me care about it because he wants to be the champion.
Yes.
Awesome.
He's kind of like
That's
a
good.
jobber Daniel Bryan.
Does he
a little
belong there? No. But he at
Yeah.
least is like, hey, I'm fucking here. Let's roll with it.
Yes, I'm not
Okay?
saying that Jinder isn't trying. He doesn't look the part. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this is WWE's
he's
fault, not
vascular.
his fault. This is not his fault. I'm not blaming him at all. I'm saying this is all fucking WWE throwing a legit jobber in there, and it's horrible. So I don't know.
He should never have moved Bray. Bray should have won it back. Orton.
Bray just never should have
Here's
lost
your
it.
title. Well, Orton, here is your title at Mania. Sorry about Lesnar making
he
your
never
blood
should have
come
won
out.
it. He never
But
should have
if they had to do this, they could have
They
immediately had
didn't
him
have
lose
to
it
do
back.
it.
No, but hear me out. Let me finish this, for God's sake. They could have had the House of Horrors at Payback, and Bray wins it back in his match, and now Bray's the champion, and here we are. There's no Jinder. Bray's over here. He's champion. The better version is Bray defending over Orton, like we all talked about, would have been better and established Bray more. These are both better options, yes, but Bray's not big in India. So,
I got a better option for you.
like, why did they have to do it right away? You said that too. They got to do it right away. No, they don't. They could have waited 2 pay-per-views. Have Jinder win a contendership at Payback and win the match at Money in the Bank.
Nah,
That's
man,
hard.
they're taping Impact in June in India.
It doesn't have anything to do with Impact, though. It doesn't have anything to do with Impact. It's just the fact that
no. And yes, it has to do with the network. But
I know. But I'm saying that
if you become the second thing.
No, but they have.
In India.
I'm saying through Meltzer, he said it has absolutely zero. They don't care about anything that Impact does anymore because they pretty much see them as nothing. So that has nothing to do with the decision making process at all, as far as the inside man says.
Depending how history you go, Khali was world champ beforehand, so he had it back in like 08 or whatever. But Ring Ka King was a TNA thing from like 5-6 years ago, so both can be first, quote unquote. The Impact picture for the taping coming up has Lashley and not Del Rio, Alberto, all these guys, all on the poster. Right dead center is Mahabala Shira. Okay, he's still there. Cool. It's all being shoehorned in. They're both doing it. But you know what seems a little more legit than that guy just kind of like, I'm here in a girls' feud too, because he's in the women's matches over there, like siding with someone, is let's make a guy world champ. Let's try that. Let's go around the world and try to make a world champ.
No.
Okay.
Here's what would have been, in my opinion, way better, and I would not have had a problem with it. Why not have fucking Jinder do this with the U.S. title? Why not do that? I mean, you could do a lot more with he's doing all the stuff about the U.S.
Fine.
Why not spin it? He could do. I feel like he could do a lot more promo-wise with the United States title, than he is the world title, and it wouldn't look as bad.
Jinder Mahal holding up that WWE champion. He is number one.
Yeah,
no,
they
that's what they want. That's what they want.
You know what gets more people talking? World champion Jinder Mahal, not U.S.
world,
champion.
No. Yeah.
Owens is doing the same gimmick you're talking about.
Storyline-wise, it would have been much better for Jinder.
They don't give a fuck about storylines. They don't care about storylines.
We all agree with you that but it doesn't sell.
The Owens gimmick only plays in North America anyway, really.
Yeah. Oh man, every time that he comes out and he avoids stepping on his face, that is fucking gold.
I noticed that.
Did you notice that? Oh, that was so good. Like he's like, no, I don't walk on my face. Are you kidding me? It's beautiful. Oh, that was
let's move on from this gender stuff because it's not only hindering the gender, it's hindering this podcast at this point.
It'll be there for a while. We'll have more to talk
piece about it, but like 3 out of the 5 of us like it. So I mean, I think that's
when they fuck it up, we'll get there. Don't worry. But isn't it gonna be great watching Nakamura kick his head off?
Yeah.
Think of the future. Think of the future.
Well, let me ask this before we move on from Backlash. What are your guys' overall thoughts of the show? Period. Just overall. Did you guys like it? Dislike it? What?
It was all right.
It wasn't great. It was all right.
It was okay. I like the tag team match.
I think it was a good show overall. Obviously, I didn't like the outcome of the main event, but I think the show was overall good.
Lee was a big fan of the tag team match.
No, I hated it. It was garbage.
It was great. I loved it. I want him to do more of that nonsense.
I couldn't care less.
There can be comedy characters, but you got a tag title shot.
The only thing that they did wrong.
I don't like it when wrestling is fun.
The only
thing can be fun, but they got to serious up for the title.
No, they don't. No,
they don't.
Not them. Not them.
Yeah. No, yeah. When he like fell down and changed into the old lady outfit, I wish that Fandango had looked and yelled out loud like, "Where's Breeze?" That would have. I think that would have been more fun. But he knew it was him. I felt like they should have been even more dopey about it.
I mean, they were tagging in and out, so.
But it would have been so funny that every time he changes, he has no idea that that's his partner because he's such a good master of disguise that even his own partner doesn't know it's him.
And you know what? Fandango could sell that, I think. So.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Did anybody everybody pretty much said it was okay? It was just okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
That's fine. Well, that's unfortunate.
I think Ziggler got too much.
Match wasn't very good.
I thought Ziggler got too much offense in it.
Yeah, and he's.
I think that was the problem. I think Nakamura's got that thing where he's lazy in matches that aren't that important.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for Money in the Bank.
Hope for Money in the Bank. So, do you guys? I guess you guys want to brush on some stuff that's been going on Raw, like this Fatal 5-Way match, history of the making.
The thing with Balor and Heyman was awesome.
Yeah.
Why they can't do that kind of... it's so interesting that when you specifically try to put a guy over instead of just putting him down on commentary the previous week by saying how small he... Oh, this guy's so small. He's never going to beat Lesnar. Oh, it's so crazy. We have Heyman come out and just say, hey, you're an amazing athlete, and I think you have a chance at beating Brock Lesnar, and I'd like to see you face my client. And he agrees. Oh, isn't it amazing how all of a sudden Balor's stock goes up $1 million? Yet, God, what are they fucking thinking when Vince is telling them, "Say how small he is"? Oh, he's so fucking small. He doesn't have a fucking prayer. Fuck this guy. What? And then they're gonna put him against Lesnar at the pay-per-view. Who does that help? I don't understand that booking. Heyman got. Oh my God, Heyman did Balor so much in the way of favor. He made him look so good in 5 minutes. And WWE is sitting there just trying to break him down. He's a midget. I'm like, oh.
And that's
By the way,
back to the Benoit Michaels type stuff. When I said his name,
dumb.
Yes, Michaels. Where look, he's so small, he overcomes the odds. It's the Mysterio thing. He can overcome it. It's great.
That,
look,
they're just literally saying he's
no,
small.
but he will. Yeah. No, that's their way. I hate it.
Damn it. Yeah, I hate it.
So you're 100%
fucking
on Balor winning?
Yeah,
Fuck
Balor.
yeah. I've been talking that for a while. Balor Lesnar?
And he's going to get fed to Lesnar, which is unfortunate. Because if I had it my way, fuck it. Have Balor beat Lesnar. Because I'm done with Lesnar. I'm done
Great,
with
Balor's a fire. Let's go.
God, that fucking pay-per-view name, too. God, is it clear by the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view name that we have a 70-year-old man running this company who has no fucking clue what kids... It's like, oh, I remember that Johnny Be Good, Great Balls. Like, shut the fuck up and die already.
Whoa.
Triple H actually knows what he's fucking doing now. It's time for him to leave the goddamn sport behind because he is destroying his own company with these
he's not going to leave. We know that.
I know, he'll leave when he dies, which is why I'm saying, hey, Vince, sorry, you had a good run, die.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So does anybody think Finn Balor has a chance of losing this match? Does everybody think Balor's going to win?
Oh, they could.
No, I think he's going to lose. I mean, I think Lesnar's going to shake his nerves and rattle his brains.
Wow.
That's enough to drive a man insane.
Wow.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Coming. God damn it.
God damn those lyrics, pal.
By the way, how do we get past the whole whole gender thing without the word vascular coming up?
Oh, there was one. The one slipped in.
I threw it in. Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
He's so vascular.
I think Balor is in favor of winning, but I could see them giving it to Bray just because they were teasing a Bray Brock thing before, and you know how when they can't do something that they really want, they kind of get stuck up on it, and they could be like, well, this was planned a year ago and it didn't happen, so now we owed this match to you. Let's do it. I think they're the two that have the best shot at winning. Obviously, Reigns is gonna wait. I'd be real shocked if Reigns won.
Here's my question.
Balor has the same reason because his title reign got cut in a day, right? So same idea there. So
what happened to this whole Bray Balor feud that they were teasing earlier? Like when Bray first came over.
World title, Universal title. Lesnar won't get a rematch right away. He'll be gone until Survivor Series.
Strowman just got hurt. That's all it is. They'll go back to it, but for right now, they had to reshuffle everything because Strowman was going to fight Lesnar, which would have been so much fun to watch.
Yeah. We'll get there. Awesome. We'll get there. Lesnar's going to be champion till Mania when he loses to Reigns.
Oh, please, no.
It's going to happen. You know it. He'll defend 3 times.
No, it's not the fact that he's going to lose to Reigns. It's the fact that he's going to be champion till Mania.
I actually agree with that.
With 3 matches, it's kind of shitty. I don't like it, but.
No, I think that's going to happen.
He's going to defend against Balor and Bray and Braun, and then maybe even Rollins, who knows, and then lose to Reigns.
Honestly, I think that'd be the worst thing that ever happened to me. How many times can it just go wrong? How many times can they fuck this up? The same way.
Are you hoping someone gets an ACL tear?
Yes.
What if Lesnar gets hurt?
I want Lesnar gone. I want Lesnar done. I want Lesnar to do what The Rock does or Undertaker would do, and just no build up. They just announce, all right, Lesnar's going to be at SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and nothing else. Fine, good. We get the best of him, and he doesn't have to fucking make the title look like garbage every time he gets it.
I want Lesnar.
I think he should have never lost it the first time, and they could have done that for another 6 months or something. Mm-hmm. But now they're doing it again. But feels wasted. It's just
Reigns has to get his win, bro. Reigns has to get that big victory over Lesnar.
Yeah.
How many times do they have to have him at the end of the show with his hands up and fireworks going on with everyone booing?
As many as it takes until you like it.
Yeah, he's the guy now. That's it. He is your official John Cena, and that's it. Cena. We all have to. That's all there is to it. I like Reigns a lot. I really do. I think he's an excellent wrestler for how many years he's been in the business. He's real good. His character's great. His promos are really good when they're not overly scripted. But like everybody, I wish that they would just turn him heel for a year, and then everybody would love him. But nope. fuck that. You're just gonna take it. That's so
He would
old.
be everything they want him to be organically if they just did that.
Yep, indeed.
I don't know if it's that he needs to be heel or what, but we just need a break.
Yeah, right.
That's why I think he needs to tear an ACL. I think we need a break.
ACL there. That's always the solution to a problem. Just tear an ACL and you'll come back and it'll be great.
It's not a solution to a problem.
I disagree.
It's the solution to this problem.
If he legit turns straight heel, he wouldn't need to leave. He would be perfectly fine as a straight heel. He would be.
No, as a gay heel.
As a
As a
what?
gay
Oh, as a gay heel, yeah.
Gay heel. Roman Reigns comes out of the closet. And
Bring
tries to have
Billy and
sex
Chuck
all-
back. Billy and Chuck's
Yeah,
coming
that
back.
theme song would get a little different. Bow mow, bow mow.
What would your guys' ideal WrestleMania main event be with the current roster that we have? Like, what would you want to see be the final match going on?
Something stupid and marky, I'm sure.
Lesnar versus Mahal. Title versus title.
I hate you,
There you go.
so much. Like,
No, seriously.
you need an ACL tear, motherfucker. That's
Oh.
horrible. No, it's legit. Oh, are you saying what we want or what we see happening?
No, what you want. What would you pick then?
That'd be tough.
Hell no.
That's a hard
weird
question.
Just pop up at us.
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
a hard
you know?
fucking question.
I think if they protected Nakamura and he continues to get this ovation and it doesn't die down because they end up making him just one of the other guys, I think a heel Roman Reigns champion versus a babyface Nakamura would be insane good.
I mean, I for
But there are
sure would
different
not
shows,
put
though.
Roman Reigns in the just. You can only do it so many times before people hate it, and people already hate it.
I think as a heel he would be fine though. If they turned him,
You
then
know, I honestly don't think that's true. I really think we just need a break from him. I really think we just
I
need
don't
a
want break
break.
Make the audience miss him.
fix him. I just want.
Yeah, make the audience miss him. Honestly, I think which is
They're not
why
gonna- they won't
it
miss him.
sounds
He comes
bad to
back-
say I hope he tears his ACL, but still.
But it's like when Cena was a pain in the ass, and then he was gone, and he came back at Madison Square Garden. He got this huge pop, and then 2 minutes later, boo! That's what would happen with Reigns if he left for 6 months. It wouldn't fix anything.
No, it'd be different. It'd be different, honestly.
different.
It was different for Cena.
Oh, it'd be the same. Cena was a big deal because he was back like 2 months before they expected him.
Yeah, but they still, no matter what, when they first come back, they always get a cheer, and then if they're one of those guys though, then they get turned on immediately. That's just the way it is.
All right, here we go. I got it. I figured it out. If you're going, you don't care about Raw or SmackDown because you threw a guy from each one. I want to have Balor versus AJ Styles. That's what I want. I want the Bullet
You know what?
Club.
That's mine too.
Yep.
I was thinking about it. That'd be mine too.
I'm close. I'm thinking AJ and Nakamura. Let's go for the world
but
title
it's
there.
Like I said, something
that
stupid
better.
and marky, and it's not going to happen.
But honestly, AJ and Nakamura, I could see that being the end goal for them on the SmackDown side with that title.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess
but,
Mania, I can see that being the result. If
It would not be the main event.
Title. Sorry?
It wouldn't be the main event, but it would probably be a match on the
No,
card.
it'd be a CM Punk style main event. Whereas
We had a couple of suggestions from our chat that we've been ignoring, but like Lesnar Owens is one that people have wanted to see for a long time. But like, I feel like Owens would just get slaughtered by Lesnar though. I don't think that anything would come of that. That's why, like, at first I thought Nakamura Lesnar, but like every fucking Lesnar match is the same match. It's not good. It's just the same fucking thing. He hits the same series of moves, and either the guy beats him or he usually doesn't. So I'm like, fuck that. Put Reigns instead because at least Reigns has real wrestling matches. So I'm done with Lesnar.
I don't know. I still want
Nakamura Owens.
I still want Samoa Joe to win the 5-way and then go on to face Lesnar and
that'd be good.
and take Lesnar out, and then he'll be the champion. Then he'll be the unstoppable guy.
I have no problem with that.
That's
I
what
think
I
he
want.
should have. I think he should have a gimmick where he sells Girl Scouts cookies under the name Samosa Joe.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
You're the worst.
They even have gum now. They have the gum version of that. So he can not only is he can sell cookies, he can sell gum, he can sell coffee, all kinds of possibilities for brand deals here.
Yeah.
And he has to come out in the full outfit though too, right, Rab? He's got
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. It's a Girl Scout gimmick.
I like it. I want it.
Joe is gonna feed you. Joe is gonna feed you. It's gonna be great.
The gimmick is he gives you empty boxes because he's so fucking fat that he just ended up eating everything inside the boxes. I like
What a heel.
this. What a heel. What a heel. Yeah.
But so as I'm just looking at the Extreme Rules card, does anybody care about Ambrose versus Miz?
No.
No.
Why?
Only if Miz takes the title and makes
Why
it
are they
good.
still doing this? Why are they still doing
Because
this?
Miz will take the title and make it good.
I don't know why they keep feeding us Dean Ambrose. No one wants to watch him.
Yeah, worst clothesline in the business.
No, hey, take that shit back right now.
Worst
You
in the
know it's-
business.
You know it's the best clothesline.
I do think. Miz
I hope next time he bounces back and he falls through the stupid fucking the stupid fucking ropes and he falls down and he tears an ACL.
No. Now, see, don't be jinxing Ambrose now. He hasn't like had an injury in
Oh, this
ever.
time. This time.
Don't worry.
The best,
He
part,
had
the
cover.
best part of that was when I said it. The no that came out of Bomber was so like intrinsic. It came from his soul. He's like, no.
If you had the power to have Ambrose get injured, you would have used it by now.
No. No.
Miz
He
is
needs
beat-
a,
Miz
he
is
needs a
gonna
new
win.
outfit too because it looks like Luke Harper's taking over the black fucking wife beater and
I know,
jean.
right? It's fucking just
So-
gimmick infringement right there. What the fuck?
Ambrose shouldn't even be in the IC title division. Ambrose should still be in the heavyweight title division, but for some reason they quote unquote don't think he cares that much. It's like
I
who gives
think
a
they
fuck?
just didn't know what to do with him. Like when he
I-
just kind of got lost in the shuffle. Like, oh well,
agree
he's a
with
big name. Let's just put the Intercontinental title on him. Let's just see where that
I
goes.
think
And
opening
then
his
they
mouth
didn't-
against Lesnar was a big no. That hurt him a lot too. I think that cut his title reign short, and that's why they gave it to Styles because they were like, oh okay, well fuck you then, because Lesnar is their meal ticket thing. So
By the way, if you guys get a chance, you need to go back and watch Money in the Bank last year because I went back and watched it. Holy fuck, that was like I got goosebumps again. That was insane. That was still one of my favorite moments in wrestling the past like 10 years
I didn't
probably.
like it that much. I didn't like it that much.
It was fucking great.
I
The
hate it when
crowd
they whore around
loved
the
it.
title multiple times in one night. I hate that. I don't care what the situation is. I'm
No,
not a fan.
for those guys, it was the Shield. That was a great moment
It's 'cause
having
it's Ambrose.
each member.
It was Ambrose. I get it. It's your guy.
Yeah.
It's like you telling me I understand that you liked when Daniel Bryan won the title. I don't fucking get it either, but that would be the equivalent.
Yeah, no,
see
it's
the
cool for the Shield, but it's never happened before, so it was a specific, like, let's do this thing. It's fine. I had no problem with it, but it was like, oh, okay, we're going through all three Shield guys?
At least he
All right.
fucking earned it, unlike goddamn Jinder Mahal.
Wait. He earned it. He used Money in the Bank and cashed in on Seth from behind and hit him with
Yeah, I
the
don't really ever see that as earning.
How
But I
is
would
that,
say
quote unquote,
How's
earning
that
it?
not I mean, this is.
Seth-
Hey guys, this is fake.
But
Seth-
we're talking about earned
Seth
it.
getting
Yes.
the win over Reigns was
No.
the best part of that because that was awesome. Seth
Clean,
beating
yeah.
Reigns was amazing. That was
Pedigreeing out of the
great-
spear? That was cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But no, by Ambrose earning it, yeah, he paid his dues. I get it. Jinder, well, he paid dues, but not the same. I get it.
And I still think that it was up there for match of the year that a lot of people overlook was the triple threat match that they had. I forgot what pay per view. It was the very next pay per view.
This should have been-
Battleground? I never heard anybody talking about match of the year for that.
I know that's what I'm saying. I think it's a very underrated match.
But that doesn't mean they're overlooking it. They're just not even thinking about it.
That was
SummerSlam. No, it was SummerSlam that came right after, and we were like, why
The
didn't they
triple threat?
save it for the bigger?
No,
yeah,
that
why
was
didn't-
Battleground. It was Battleground. Because
I'm
the draft
saying-
happened.
No, the one that was after though was one of the big pay-per-views, and we were
Yeah.
like, why did they waste it on this like nothing
yeah.
pay-per-view when it should have been the main event of one
Exactly.
of the bigger?
The draft.
Again, that's another match. People need to go back and watch that. Underrated, extremely underrated match. It was
It's
fucking
not
great.
that underrated. It was all right.
No, it was good. Go back and watch it. It was fucking.
It was all right. I've seen it. It was all right. I saw it when it happened.
You saw it over. Here you go.
Everyone see the
Yeah, and I remember being like, yeah, that was all right.
everyone see the comment by Captain Charisma in the chat there that Ambrose's hairline starts at the back of his neck.
Hey now, he's losing a little bit of hair. It's okay.
Get paid.
Hey,
It's
welcome
okay.
to the club, Ambrose. It just starts
Yeah.
shaving. It'll be fine.
I was about to say
That's
it's
pretty bad.
it's long enough in the back that he can just combs all the way over, or just pulls all the way
Fuck
over.
Renee Young on a regular basis, and
Yeah,
she's
so
one of the hottest women in the company. So
he doesn't have to have any dignity.
Yeah.
no, I'd lose all my dignity to have one night with her. She's fucking hot as hell. So
Yeah, that's
good job, Ambrose. Terrible clothesline, great taste in
No
women.
bullshit, man. I went back and watched so many of his fucking clotheslines. God damn, great fucking clothesline.
You know, that's the reason.
Bullshit, man.
I think that's the reason Renee like hooked up with him because he's so tender and
I think-
giving in bed just like that stupid clothesline
No.
he does in the fucking ring.
I think she heard our podcast and she's like, you know what? Because she didn't get married till after that podcast. She's like, you know what? He does have the best clothesline in the fucking business. I gotta lock that down right now. That's pretty much how
It
it went.
was. That's definitely why they
Yeah, but
ended up
you did.
getting married. Yep.
Yeah, it was my fault. So you know.
So,
I'm
well, let's get
responsible.
back to it because we strayed off. But I'm predicting I think Miz is going to get the belt back, and I'm actually
Oh,
happy about that because
probably,
Miz is
yeah.
probably the best thing they could do for the IC title right now.
I agree.
Good for Ambrose.
I-
Get out of that.
as I was saying earlier, I'm still afraid that he's going to get lost in the shuffle. Early, like I said a little while back, that when he does lose the title, I'm really afraid to see what they're going to do with him. But yeah, I mean, it is time to get the title off him. He's not doing anything with it. It's about time. He's becoming one of those just placeholder guys to hold the title until they come up with something. That's not cool. I don't like seeing that. So yeah, I think Miz is probably going to win, and it's for the best. But I think Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt have a lot more that they could have done. They ended that feud way before they should have. They had a lot more.
All their matches were so lackluster, though. Like they gave them all the gimmick matches imaginable, and they were fine, but none of them really like screamed great. And I think it's because the crowd usually generally didn't care. But it just didn't. I don't remember any of them being all that great in the long run.
Wasn't one of them the one with the fucking TV finish?
That was a bad. That was a great match. Horrible finish. Horrible. Yeah.
I don't know.
That was probably the worst finish I've seen.
How would that have even been plugged in? I don't understand. It came from under the fucking ring. How was watching a TV that was plugged in?
They always have a monitor plugged in under the ring, though.
No, it was a full blown TV. It wasn't a monitor, wasn't it? I thought it was a TV.
It was a TV. You're right. Yes. But
that was a monitor.
It was technically a monitor, but yeah, it was a TV kind of, yeah. But yeah, that was a horrible that was trash finish. But yeah, no.
Are taking place.
What did you say? What other matches? We got the tag team title match, Hardys versus Cesaro and Sheamus again for a steel cage match.
I'm done with the Hardys, by the way. I'm over it. Just is dead.
Oh my god.
I want them to be singles. Jeff is the star here, unless Matt gets to do his gimmick, and he's not going to, so Jeff needs to be separated and pushed into the main event, because Jeff is the only guy. He's always been the guy that's the more talented of the two. The crowd loves him.
No.
Matt is good when he's got a good gimmick, like V1 was excellent. The broken thing is good, but if he's just going to be Matt Hardy and he occasionally goes, I'm not interested.
Wow. That's funny. I've always preferred Matt over Jeff.
I've always preferred Matt over Jeff.
Yeah, me too. But hey, that's just me. But anybody else so everybody's tired of the Hardys all of a sudden? It's only been like 2 months.
I wouldn't say tired. I've just always been waiting for something to happen with it.
Yeah, it's the same as when the Dudleys came back. It's just more of the same. That was neat. Let's see what else you can do, and hopefully we know what else they can do. Just can they?
Well, no.
So unless Matt can come up with another gimmick.
No, I wanted to see
Jeff is biding his time.
Now that they're there, I wanted to see the dream matches that we've wanted to see, like them versus different teams. But so far, all I've done has been fighting Cesaro and Sheamus. So,
what other teams are there that are dream-worthy right now? There aren't any.
Right, they did it all in the Indies.
Technically, the Revival, but I know Dash is out.
They'll be good.
They're on their way back.
Oh, they're coming back. They're the guys who beat up Enzo, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a match that I definitely want to see.
So we'll probably get that, actually.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be when they drop the titles. I don't see them dropping them to Cesaro and Sheamus again. Or to Cesaro and Sheamus.
Dash and Dawson's theme always reminds me of like a gay porn intro. Be like,
say yeah
all day, all night. And they're just like doing each other doggy style in the puddle.
Oh.
That's what the South is like, man.
Hey. So, anyways, there's a Singapore cane on a pole match or something, or
I hate what they did to
stick.
Bailey.
Is that what they're calling
I hate
it?
what they've ruined Bailey again. Once again, they keep killing off all these women baby faces. Like Sasha never got a proper run, and then just got shit on, so they can move on to Bailey, who never got a proper run, so that she could get shit on. And then they did the same thing to Becky Lynch over on SmackDown. Never gave her a proper run, cut her fucking legs out from underneath her. And it's like, Meltzer touched on this and was talking about how they book a lot of their baby faces like they think they booked Daniel Bryan. They're like, oh, well, if they lose a lot, then the fans get behind him. No. No, they need to fucking win some matches. Like, God damn it, Bailey never should have lost this soon. I have a full feud, go into it, and then give it to Alexa if you really, really, really want to give it to her. But, like, they just made Bailey look like shit in her hometown right away. She didn't even get a proper run.
By the way, speaking of hometowns, don't want to change the subject on you too much, but Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal rematch is in Randy Orton's hometown.
Okay, so he's not going to win.
Yeah.
Guaranteed lose then.
Just heads up on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You reminded me when you said that.
Well, there you go.
Hometown means fuck you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
No, but all their baby faces these days, after Hogan got bigger than the company and then he went away, Vince has constantly been, okay, you're going to be the champion, but you're going to be under my thumb and you're going to know your place. I mean, that's what they do with all their baby faces now. So
except for Cena, so I think Cena's the one that broke ahead of it, and that was it. Because
a little bit,
I think he was he did so much for the company that I think that he's probably the only one that's allowed to call his own shots as far as champions are concerned.
Yeah, but as far as everything else, nothing really special going on. We got the third match between Austin Aries and Neville. I don't. You think that they would give it to Aries eventually, but man, I just love.
I like Neville.
It's a submission match.
Is it a submission match? I did not notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They announced that before Raw. It's a submission
I'm fine
match.
with either guy, but I want Neville.
Yeah,
either guy's
same.
but I'm picking him.
I'm
okay if Aries never winning the title.
Never.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to be an asshole in real life. I remember going to PWG shows and stuff and just hearing nonstop that he was just a douchebag, like to a lot of fans. Like he's just not a nice guy. So
that's fine. I don't.
And
care.
I heard Neville is like one of the nicest people you could possibly meet. So.
You don't have to be a nice guy to be champion. You don't have to be a nice guy to be champion. Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you should at least fans. Fans would like walk up to what's his name, small midget guy, and he would just he just kind of be.
Hornswoggle.
He'd be a dick to a lot of
Rey
them.
Mysterio.
Hornswoggle was awesome. I got a story about Hornswoggle. We were getting tanked with him Mania weekend, and some guy like walked up to there was like a glass wall or whatever that separated the bar from the outside, and some people call it a window. And so they were trying to take a picture of him, and he had my friend Chris like stand and block him so he couldn't take a picture, and he was like, "Fuck that guy."
God. Meanwhile, I heard Hornswoggle was like one of the nicest guys in the world. So.
Yeah, he's just like think of like a college bro. So like even though he's saying oh fuck you, you queer, he's doing it in like a appreciative way because he's your buddy. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh well, that's
real good.
That's reassuring.
That's the way we all are too. So same thing. I'll tell you, hey, your penis is small and you can't satisfy your woman, and everybody starts laughing and goes, oh, good time, we're all friends.
There you go. So I guess it's time to close the show out. Do you want to open up anything to the live chat that we have while we're here?
Yeah. Well, for anybody that's in the live chat right now, we'll take a couple of questions if you have anything. Somebody asked, what about Naomi? Did she win the belt in her hometown?
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
she did.
Yeah,
she did.
Orlando.
She sure did. Now, back in the day,
that was NXT coming to be a Mania moment.
It was at WrestleMania, and that's the difference. Mania is like the one time where the hometown person will get a win, but if it's any other time, it's generally fuck you. We're gonna destroy you in front of your family.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I know because my dad used to always tell me that whenever we would watch pay-per-views back in the day, he would ask, who's the hometown person? Like if there was somebody in the hometown, he would always ask that, and I would say, oh, so and so, and he would always pick that person to win the match, no matter what. I'm like, no way. I was like, they're not going to win, no chance, and they would win. So back in the day, they may have like changed things, but back in the day, the hometown person always won on pay-per-view. They may have changed, but I'll be damned, my dad was right. My dad was right every fucking time.
Mania back 2002, Edge won in Toronto. Yay, good guy. Christian lost. Boo, bad guy. Trish lost. Oh. Yeah. So it's nothing new.
But Christian's so ugly. Look at him.
This is a topic that I wanted to touch on. Come up from user Red, and he said thoughts on Asuka breaking Goldberg's winning streak.
I saw that.
That's pretty great. I like that.
No,
it's cool, but it also doesn't matter.
No, because she's in NXT. That's why.
The two things is she had matches before the streak. Goldberg was literally as like starting. Here's match one. Like ever, not just of his run. Even though, he lost that dark match.
No, but I mean,
Asuka's had a career before this, so that's
a bit
different.
Streaks though to be like from your win to your loss. It doesn't matter usually anymore if you're undefeated or anything before that. I know Goldberg was. Yeah. But I like that they had a cute little interaction on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
Where Asuka basically like, I passed up Goldberg, but he's the original, blah blah, and then Goldberg said, it couldn't be in better hands. I was like, oh, it's so nice to see two wrestlers like not talking mad shit like Orton does to everybody because he thinks that he's the best thing on the planet. Like, God, what a piece of shit he was to go on and insult Bubba Ray for doing a splash off the top rope. Fuck off, Orton. God, what a
still a better champion than Jinder Mahal. Sorry.
No, it's not.
No, absolutely not.
Way better.
From what I've seen, he isn't.
I would love to see him with that title instead of Jinder.
Any
day,
Bomber,
day.
Yeah. Bomber, right now, you're saying that the Mania match and the House of Horrors matches were better than Jinder's match?
Then the match. Well, first of all, I guarantee you
Rick,
that match
Orton was in
is.
that
Either or. Right, either or. Those matches were better. Really?
I
think
wouldn't. I
Orton was
wouldn't
in
say
that
they're.
match.
I wouldn't say they're better. I wouldn't say they're worse. That the match with Jinder is extremely forgettable. That match that you talking about Backlash match?
The Mania match
Yeah,
Where
versus
Bray
the
lost.
Backlash
We're
match.
talking about Orton and Jinder.
and the
Yeah, we're
House
going back
of
to it.
Hoes. Yeah, those are shit.
Yeah, no, I
I know Orton was in
Remember
this, but it was
Orton dumping
Jinder's
a
match.
midget on his head.
it wasn't better.
All right,
Next
let's
question.
take another question though, because we're
Wasn't
going
better.
back into nothingness. Lone Wolf
Yep.
Warrior asks,
I agree.
who is most likely going to be the next NXT Women's Champion? I think it's going to be the black chick. That I can't remember her name.
Ember Moon.
There you
But
go.
I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna
No.
be one of the iconic chicks, and then Ember Moon's gonna wreck them.
That could be
Which
true.
one's the iconic chicks? That's the two like.
That's
Pixie
Billy
ones?
Kay and
Yeah.
Kaden Royce.
Oh, the Aussies. Yeah, probably one of them.
I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to give it to them though, because they're
No.
they're like prissy. They're not seen as like.
No,
Actual
I think it's going to
contenders.
be.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
Ruby
I don't
Riott.
think they're gonna win it. I think they're gonna win it in some weird way.
I know, but like Asuka
Honestly.
stacked them up and
I don't-
pinned them on at the same
I
time.
wouldn't be.
like-
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Asuka drops the belt. If Asuka does it the way Paige did it.
I mean, I would be.
Oh,
I
she
kind
drops
of
and
would prefer
leaves.
that. I would
Well,
prefer
they
that
did.
because it would
Triple
be.
H even talked about that with the streak. He's like, who
Yeah.
who can take her on? Maybe someone from Raw or SmackDown. So
Drop the title
Well,
and then
I
go
honestly,
to.
I honestly think she's gonna end up dropping the title, and then you got the iconic girls, and they keep getting one over on Ember Moon, and then Ember Moon wins it.
Seems like the storyline has been progressing that she's getting more and more cocky and overconfident,
Yeah.
and she has to cheat to win now, and eventually that's going to cost her, and then she's going to move on.
Yeah. But
That's-
Triple
yeah,
H
that's
is
definitely
also, but Triple H is also throwing down the gauntlet for anybody, even on the main roster.
You know what?
That thinks they can beat her. So that
we
is
can't forget
also
that
possible.
tournament. Maybe the
Could
tournament
be.
winner gets a title shot because the
True,
cruiserweight
true.
tournament winner got the title.
That is true.
Maybe
That's
the tournament
very true.
winner
That's a good
gets
call.
it, and it's someone from Japan, and that I bet you
Yeah,
that's
that would be
probably it.
fun.
right there.
My
I can see
money's
that, I can see
on
that.
my money's on Mia Kim. Mia Kim. I think Mia Kim. That's my money for the women's tournament. I don't even
Sounds
know
It's
like
who's
okay.
on.
When
Like
Asuka
dying
loses, I'll
person.
comfort her.
There you go.
Yeah. This one's for you, Jake.
What's up?
Antihero asks, what are some future goals for the Jobber Radio Prediction League?
Future goals?
Yes, what are you looking to do with it?
Well, first of all, obviously we have Extreme Rules and Money in the Bank coming up, and I am also about to add a card for the Ring of Honor pay-per-view coming up. I'm going to treat Ring of Honor shows and stuff like that, like TNA, the Impact show, kind of like house shows. They're not going to be as main as obviously the WWE pay-per-views because not everybody has to show up on those. But we're going to add more Ring of Honor. I'm adding achievements right now. I'm working on a bunch of graphics, adding achievements like win 10 ladder matches, win Royal Rumble, like that kind of thing.
Who did best on Backlash?
Best on Backlash was I believe Scott actually got 34 points. I maybe.
I think someone actually outpointed me just a little bit.
I know there was another guy, John, by the name John, that he got the perfect score on NXT, and then he had either the most at Backlash or second most. So he's definitely leading in points. That's another thing that I was actually working on right before we started the podcast. I'm keeping track of all the stats. I'm creating a stat page where it keeps track of everybody's record and all of the points that you've earned, and it breaks it down between what your record is on WWE shows, NXT shows, what's going to be on Ring of Honor and Impact and all that, and the same for points and everything. So as far as the future on that, obviously we literally just started, but I got a lot of plans, a lot of stuff going in the works, and obviously titles are coming. I have three.
Right.
I have the tag team titles planned right now. The world champion is going to be crowned at SummerSlam, so we got a little ways out. I want to make sure we get a worthy champion, not some fucking Jinder Mahal who comes. Sorry, sorry.
No, that's legit. That's fine.
Yeah, and obviously a secondary title, and I have a hardcore title that I have that I'm going to call the Ultra Violent Championship. It's only going to be defended in like match specialty matches. So
I have a request, by the way, for a tag team.
got a lot of stuff.
It'll be
Yeah,
myself and Lee, and we'll be called Rom Lee.
Rom Lee. That's not going to happen. So. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to team up, hit us up on Twitter. If you find a partner, hit us up on Twitter. I know somebody was talking about they wanted some interaction stuff. Right now, all we're looking at is Twitter, but possibly Discord in the future. we'll
Think
let
about
you guys
opening
know.
up a Discord, yeah.
Yeah, but for right now, everything, check it out at Jobber Radio for all the details and at jobberradio.com. But we're just starting out. We got a lot of stuff going. But,
It is awesome stuff there. I can't say that enough. It is pretty sweet.
yeah, to me, it always definitely makes watching the pay-per-views way more interesting. You're actually cheering for the opening match that you usually don't care about and stuff like that.
I forgot who I voted for on both shows, so.
Well, there you go. But
To be fair, you weren't watching.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
you
didn't
were
watch
busy.
NXT.
Yeah.
I didn't watch NXT.
A couple other good questions there.
Yeah, go for
Oh,
it.
well, here about you wanna pick one,
You
Lee?
wanna?
This will be the last one we go out on.
The Randy Orton one there. Question for thoughts on wrestlers podcasts like Talk is Jericho, Edge and Christian podcast, Raven podcast. You guys listen to them, and what is your fave?
Oof. The only one
just go
I'll
quick.
listen
Okay, go,
to.
Matt.
I'll listen to Jericho every once in a while because he has the best guests. I mean, hands down, Jericho gets all the guys that I care to listen to. But I hate Jericho's style. The biggest pet peeve I have from him is where he's like having a casual conversation with anybody, like blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden it goes into the pre-cut thing where you know he did it afterwards. And he's like, oh, Oscar, that's so interesting. But you know what else is DDP yoga?
Yeah, a lot of podcasts.
No, and
do that
that's what I
now.
can't stand. I used to listen to
Stone
Jericho.
Stone Cold does it too.
But the 20 minutes of ads where it's so fakely done, like no, I don't.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
out.
always skip them anyway. But I hate how like Austin sounds a little better with it. It comes off
That
a little
sounds a lot better
natural.
with it.
Yeah, but Jericho is terrible. But he has the best guests. I don't listen to Cole Cabana anymore, period, because he doesn't have good guests anymore. So
I mean, I used to listen to Colt.
yeah,
I used to listen to Austin. Honestly, I just got bored of Austin's podcast, and there's no reason to listen to Cole Cabana's podcast anymore.
and Piper has a great podcast.
The one I
Oh,
like
wow.
the best is the 605 Super Podcast. That's an
Okay.
awesome podcast.
Okay.
Well, of course, that's all about old wrestling. It's not about new bullshit. So that's
Yeah.
So more headlock, let's dive. Got it.
Solomonster Sounds Off is a damn good one if you want somebody that's not like a wrestler. He's just great.
I pop his up whenever I run out and I'm like on a road trip. I'll pop one of his on, but I have a rotation that I listen to because I drive 30 minutes to work every day. So I have a rotation I listen to. Obviously Bruce Pritchard. I listen to Bruce Pritchard. Something to Wrestle With. I listen to Sam Roberts' podcast, which by the way, that's a great fucking podcast.
I like that he asks questions that other people won't ask.
He gets great
will
interviews too. He gets great interviews too.
He just legit, like, if there's, I can't remember what happened. I remember that he had somebody on where there was an elephant in the room. Like, nobody was asking this person what had just happened. And Sam just straight up asked him, just like, hey, you know what, this is what's going on. What do you think? And nobody else does that. Nobody else will, at least maybe not so much anymore because he's actually working for the company. But at least when I listened to him, he always gave a great interview.
Yeah, no, he still does that. Yeah, he's really good. And of course, obviously, I listen to Jim Cornette, the Cornette Experience. That's probably my favorite. So
Yeah, I listened to clips of his on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah,
you son of a bitch.
The other one,
He's
I
got his
listened to,
official channel though. So I mean, if you listen to his official channel, you're supporting him.
It's supporting. Yeah, they worked that out. I also listen to Joe Rogan's more MMA type stuff, but he has everybody on too. So always some fun stuff.
I listen to a lot of podcasts, and none of them are wrestling related. I only listen to this one that's wrestling related because I'm on it.
Wow, you're man. What a team player.
I listen to this one, okay?
I know that's good. I know that's good. That's good. That's
Who has the
We're
worst
trying to give it up for our competition.
Who has the worst one? Because I know who I hated the most. I don't know if he's still doing it, but Ric Flair's was fucking garbage.
Terrible.
He had
I think he
great
stopped.
guests, and the podcast was terrible.
I didn't.
Yeah, he was just drunk all the time, and it was bad.
I keep meaning to listen to
really
Eric
bad.
Bischoff's.
Anna Faris has a really good podcast.
Okay, nobody
Has
knows.
anybody listened to Ravens? Because apparently some people are saying Ravens is really good. but
I
I've
have
never
not heard Ravens or Edge and Christian's podcast. I know they're getting pushed right now with the WWE stuff, but I have not heard either one of those. No.
Lance Storm and Cyrus have one too. It's pretty good, but they
Storm-
Am I
do
the only
way-
one who listens to Anna Faris's podcast then?
I think
Yes.
so. I think so, Brad.
Yeah.
Nobody
She
knows
did
who
a
the fuck
great
that is.
episode with Batista.
Nobody knows who
I know who
that
that is. I just don't listen to her podcast.
You don't know who Batista is?
No, I know who
No,
Batista
Anna
is.
Faris.
Yes.
Ooh, Drax.
I have a criticism of Lance Storm though. Even though I like a lot of his stuff, sometimes he has like the Cornette problem where he can't like think like current wrestlers do, and he's like, it's not done this way. That's not the
No,
right way.
it's not that he can't think like current wrestlers do. It's that he can't think like anyone but himself. He can't step outside himself at all.
And he's boring as fuck too.
I mean, I used to read his blog all the time.
Well, me too, man. I loved his blog. It was so good.
But eventually you realize like, oh, he's kind of old manny, ornery kind of guy.
He's decent on his podcast though, because he plays the straight man to Cyrus, who is just funny as fuck. But
yeah, they're not bad. I've listened to a couple. I heard the episode where he just buried Disco Inferno for the entire thing. That was pretty funny.
That's a running joke in the entire the thing
good.
because
Awesome.
Disco Inferno is garbage.
538 Politics Podcast. That's a good one.
God damn it.
No, I have no
Brad.
idea.
Slate Politics Podcast.
Non-wrestling for me, I do listen to one called The Weekly Planet, which is an Australian podcast, but they talk about movies and stuff. They're just really funny. So,
No.
there you
Does
go.
anyone here ever listen to Radio Lab? That's a fun, fantastic fucking podcast that everyone should listen to.
You have a lot of podcasts, buddy.
I was about to say.
I have. He's got 30 minutes. I got 45 minutes to get to work and back.
Wow. That's,
So yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
yeah. Well, there you
Makes
go.
sense.
But I really don't listen to wrestling podcasts for the main reason that I really only follow WWE and NXT, and most of those podcasts are just complaining about how much it sucks. So I mean,
Not Sam Roberts. That's the refreshing thing about Sam Roberts.
That's true. I guess
He'll look at the positive side of things. That's
He's
what I
a
really like
homer.
about him.
Ironic enough, though, you should have listened to Jinder on Talk Is Jericho, because like Jinder seems like the most positive person on the planet.
I actually heard that was really good, and I was planning to give it a listen.
It was damn good. Yeah, it was really good. It made me like him more too, and that actually helped with my acceptance of this all going down. So maybe Jake and Rab listen to Jinder on there, because I genuinely feel like he is an amazing, nice human being, and that helped.
I've listened to clips off that podcast, and it did sound good.
I'm saying I don't have anything against him. It's about this fucking bullshit push that he got. It has nothing against him. I'm sure he is a good
I think
guy.
you might see Daniel Bryan and Jinder Mahal. Maybe that's what's going on. That's the real problem.
Well, you know what? If Daniel Bryan went through the same thing that Jinder Mahal's going through, I would actually have a reason to hate Daniel Bryan. Okay.
I can solve this for you though. Just pretend Jinder Mahal is either Randy Orton's aura or Dean Ambrose's best clothesline ever, and then you'll love it.
I'm telling you, man, it is the best clothesline ever. So it's not my fault. You can't see it.
Miss Prixie in the chat. You should listen to the Anna Faris podcast.
No.
Yeah, it's one of my mods.
Yeah.
So everybody say
It's
hi.
honestly really good. The Anna Faris podcast.
I still don't know who that is.
She was way better looking before the boob job. Just saying.
Anna Faris is
Chris
she was on
Pratt's
Scary Movie movies, and she's on Mom.
Oh,
and she
Chris
was,
Pratt's
and she's
wife.
Chris Pratt's wife. So she gets
Oh,
really
hot,
good,
yeah.
really
Oh,
good
she's
celebrity
hot.
guests because she's married to Chris Pratt.
She's hot as fuck. I'm
And-
into her because she's so funny.
And yeah, she's hilarious on the podcast. She played weird games with the fucking guests, and the guests are on her podcast in a way that they wouldn't be with everyone else because she's also a celebrity and her husband's a celebrity.
Now I'm interested. You got me going. Now
It's actually really good, and if you guys need a primer into it, the Batista episode's really good. At least that one's he's a wrestler.
I've pumped out some Knuckle Children to her before, so I think I could sit through a podcast or two.
Yeah, I've been there. No, it's a really good podcast.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, I think we're about to get out of here. This is it's been fun. We've actually had Matt Zion back on the show. That's always an interesting new spin to things.
I only
Get
have
used to it.
He's getting a push with no build up though. So
I'm the Brock Lesnar of this podcast, so I only have 3 dates a year.
yeah,
What were you saying?
I only have
I
one
think
request.
he just figured out he can finally try to monetize this podcast by putting it on Twitch.
What's that? What's that request?
Oh, let's see. I want to add up how much I made here. I made a grand total of $2.40. I'm in the money.
Wow.
$2.40. You didn't have before.
That's
Stuff.
true, right?
You gotta make up that YouTube money somewhere.
I think it's just a good idea or a good way to keep Twitch going, because Twitch, in order to remain an affiliate with Twitch, which isn't a partner, which is what everybody aims for, you have to do like 5 hours a week. So this way, in case I get lazy and I can't pop on and play more, then there you go.
Yeah.
It's great.
Were you gonna say something, Lee? I know you said you wanted to.
Yeah, my only request is that you entitle this episode "Knuckle Children."
Knuckle
yes,
children.
I love that title.
Wow.
Anna Faris equals Knuckle Children.
All right. Well,
Well, now you're
again,
complicating things, Rami.
we're definitely getting out of here. So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Check us out. Any updates at Jobber Radio on Twitter, and peace.
What about the 5 Knuckle Shuffle Children?
Now you just ruined it.
Yep.